What's up, guys, and welcome to a first ever edition of Game of Thrones review. What I'm going to do here is summarize the episode briefly. Obviously, Game of Thrones, a lot of stuff happens, so I'm going to try to hit every character storyline that went on, try to remember everyone, and make some predictions of what I think will happen next week. And yeah, just tell you what I thought about it, give it a rating, and all that stuff. So, I'm reviewing the episode Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 1, The Red Woman. Okay, so the storylines we have here are, I'm going to list them off first so I can get them down. Here we go. It starts with Jon Snow and his dead body and all that stuff. Then Ramsay's, Sansa, Cersei, Dorn, not Dawn. What happened after that? Oh, Tyrion, Ser Jorrah, Khaleesi, and then back to Jon Snow. Yep, that's it. Alright, so start off with the summary here. We're going to go to Jon Snow. Ser Davos comes out and he sees Jon Snow laying there, runs over, grabs his body. A bunch of other Night's Watch guys come out, his closer friends and his closer, more loyal brothers. They take him in and they kind of say, what's going on here? What's going on? Why did they do this? And then you see Sir Alistan talking to the floor of the Night's Watch. They're all arguing. He was our Lord Commander, and he's like, he was a traitor, and that's a horrible accent. He kind of convinces them that he was bad and they did the right thing. So the people in the room, it's pretty much them against everyone else. And Ser Davos says we need to contact the people that Jon Snow saved, which would be the wildlings. So they're going to try to contact the wildlings, and they went and got Ghost, and he's in there. The Red Woman came in there, but she left, and yeah. Then we go over to Sansa and Reek. They're running. Oh no, first it's Ramsay's. He shows Ramsay. Is it Ramsay or Ramses? I think it's Ramsay. Sorry, I call him Ramses for some reason. You see Ramsay and Bolton, his dad, and they're talking about the battle and talking about how Stannis is defeated and that it wasn't a true victory. It's going to be a lot different if they have to fight the Lannisters than fighting a bunch of tired Baratheons. And then they talk about how, then Bolton says something to Ramsay about if he doesn't find Sansa, who's the key to the North and the key to unifying everybody in the North. And then hopefully the doctor's right about his wife being pregnant with a new son, because he'll be the heir and not Ramsay's son. So we got some issues going on there. Let's move on to Sansa and Reek. They're running. Ramsay sent a group of men to go hunt him down. There's hounds. Reek tells they have to go through a river, a really cold river, and Reek tells her to hide behind this fallen down tree underneath it, and he goes and tries to tell the hunters that she's dead. They don't believe him. The hounds go sniff her out, find her. Looks like they're gonna take him back, and Brienne Taft comes out and Pod, and they kill them all. They beat them all. Reek kills one, and it goes well. Brienne asks for to be the protector of Sansa. She says yes. And Sansa says yes, agrees to the vow by Brienne to protect her, and that's the end of that. Move on to Cersei and Jaime. You can, Cersei's alone in her chambers. Someone says, a ship from Doran is here. She runs out there. She's like, Myrcella, and she runs out there and sees Jaime with a covered up body. It's Myrcella. she talks about how the witch was right. The witch that she, you see a flashback, I don't know if it was last season or the season before, where you see Cersei as a little girl going to a witch and asking for her future. She tells Jaime how the witch was right and all her children are gonna die because Joffrey's dead, Myrcella's dead, Tommen, whatever. He's the only one left, and if the witch is right, he's going down. He's going down. Anyway, so yeah, she's like freaking out. She's like, I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Jaime's like, F prophecy, screw prophecy. Nothing matters in the world but us, and we're gonna make them pay for what they did, and we're gonna take more than what they took from us. And then that's pretty much the story there. We move on to Doran, where Doran, Oberyn's brother, Doran Martell, and what's her name? Arya or something like that. Oberyn's wife, she is with Doran, and they walk him up to his throne because he's like, he has something wrong with his legs. So brings him up there. He gets the letter. He's reading it, and it says that not Martell. What am I doing? Myrcella. There we go. Myrcella has been killed, and so right when he reads it, he goes, Myrcella Lannister has been killed. Then Oberyn's daughter stabs the big black loyal guard to Doran, stabs him in the back. He falls and dies, and then Arya, whatever her name is, Oberyn's wife, stabs him in the chest, Doran, and he falls and dies. He says, the people of Doran don't respect you as a leader or whatever, and something like that. And she obviously wants war, so this means war is coming to the Lannisters, and she's gonna be the leader or something. I guess so. So then we move on to the next area. Tyrion and Varys are walking through the city of Marine, walking down the streets. He gives money to this poor lady with her baby, and he can't speak good Valyrian. He's like, for your baby, and the lady thinks he wants to eat her baby, so she's like, no. He's like, then Varys has to go to tell her what he actually meant. So, and then they're kind of walking around the city. Then they see a bunch of people screaming and running, and the whole harbor's on fire. All their ships are burned, and Tyrion's like, well, it's gonna something like, we're not gonna be able to get to the Seven Kingdoms soon, or something like that. Something about it's gonna be postponed to get to Seven Kingdoms, obviously. Okay, then we go to Jorrah and Dario. That's his name. And it's so hard to remember all these people's names. And you go to them. They're looking for Khaleesi. They're talking about how they want to be there when she takes over. They want to see the land that she makes for everyone. And Jorah's like, I do too. And he looks at his wrist, and it's all grayscaled, big time. Like it's going up towards his hand now and more down his arm. So he doesn't have a ton of time left. They just go along and kind of, they're tracking her. They see some things that Drogon burnt up, some ram, I think he said, that Drogon burned up, and they're just going to keep on going and searching for her. Then we go to Daenerys, where she is with the Dothraki horde. They took her prisoner. They're saying all these weird things, all these vulgar things, like, oh, I wonder what her looks like, you know. And they're talking about it. Then they bring her to the call, and he says that he's gonna lie with her, and he goes, and she speaks back in Dothraki, and he says all this stuff to her, and she speaks back in Dothraki that she's the queen, she's the mother of dragons, all this stuff. She goes, and she's like, I don't care who you are. And then she says that she's the queen of Khal Drogo, and he's like, oh, it is forbidden to lay with a Drogo, a widow of a Khal. You shall go to where all widow cows go, and some weird temple somewhere that's sacred to them where all the widows go. So that's her fate, and she says, bring me back to the city, and the guy's like, no, you need to go to this place. So she's going there, I guess. Then we go on to the next one, which is Arya. Arya, she's blind, she's on the street, she's begging for money. Some dude walks up, gives her a coin, and then the lady from the many-faced god temple comes, and she goes, blind girl, throws a stick at her, fight, and then she just kicks the crap out of her with a stick. She's like, I can't see, how am I supposed to do this? And she's like, learn, and she beats the crap out of her, and then she says, I'll be back tomorrow. She leaves, and that's Arya's story. Then I think after that we go back to Jon Snow and Davos, where Sir Alistair is coming. Alistair, Alicent. No, I don't know. I'll look it up. Anyways, he's coming. He's like, if you come out now, we'll give all the men amnesty and send you south, Sir Davos. We'll give you a horse, and you'll be a free man. And Sir Davos is like, how about some food? I'm not quite the hunter. And he's like, yeah, we'll give you some food. Then Sir Davos says, let us discuss, and we'll get back to you. They walk away. They all agree that even if they open the door, they're going to kill them all. So they're going to fight. They're going to fight as much as they can, and Ghost is in there ready to kill. They're all in there ready to kill, and Davos is like, we need the red woman. And then somebody goes, what's one woman going to do? And I think he says, you've never seen the things I've seen her do. And then it cuts to the red woman in her chambers. She takes off her clothes like she always does, normal stuff, and then she takes off her necklace, and you're looking in a mirror at her. It's a really blurry mirror, and you see somebody else in it, and it goes back to her, and she's this old, wrinkled up, like really messed up, like old lady. So this is basically showing that she's definitely a witch. She's using some weird power to keep herself young or something, and she's some weird old shriveled up lady. I thought this was super weird. I was like, what? The weirdest ending ever. It just made you like want to see what the heck was going on with this and how she's gonna save him. I assume she's gonna bring back Jon Snow still, but who freaking knows at this point? I was not expecting that, and it was really odd in my opinion. But that was the end of the episode. So I thought this episode was a great starting. I mean, kind of gets you all back, caught up, goes through pretty much every storyline. It goes through every storyline. Starts right up where we left off with Jon Snow getting stabbed. We don't get to see, because it wasn't for sure that Stannis was dead. We don't get to see anything with Stannis. We didn't see him dead. We didn't see any of that kind of stuff. So we still don't know if Stannis is dead for sure. I'm assuming Brienne tapped in, just let him go, but we don't know. Then we also, like I said, it's really good that they went on. It was a great first episode, I think they went on. It kind of showed you what every character is going through since the last time we saw them. We get a continuation on every single story that we left off with. And we know sometimes that in the show they don't do that for a couple episodes. So it's nice to get that in. It was exciting. It was awesome. Game of Thrones is back. It's back with a freaking punch or something. Oh god, my metaphors are not good. Not good at all. Anyways, yeah, it's back. It's good. It was exciting. It was great to see how everything played out. Except for Stannis, we didn't really see anything of that. Kind of gives you a feel of how the season's gonna go. It's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be crazy. Things are gonna happen. It gets the tension building. It gets you ready for the next episode. When it ended, I'm like, oh come on. I have to wait a week to watch the next one. Oh god. That's kind of how it is every episode, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, last year you got to watch all 4 of them right away. The first 4 because they leaked them, and I watched all 4 of them, and then yeah. Anyways. Thought it was a great episode. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Really liked how, like I said, they extended the stories, went right to the stories, and kind of lollygag, kind of We got some feels for the characters, got some tension, got some excitement, got some action with Brienne and all that stuff going down. We got some new storylines starting up. We got the Sons of the Harpy. We got everything in here. It's looking good. Looking like a good season is coming this way. We don't even know what's going to happen with the White Walkers. We don't know much about the Sons of the Harpy. We don't know what's going to happen to Khaleesi or Jon Snow or the Red Woman. That was weird. But that's what the next 9 episodes are for, babe. Anyways, predictions. We're going to see the Red Woman going to come in. Next episode, I'm assuming. She's going to help them kind of get out of the Castle Black. I don't think they're all going to die. I think Jon Snow's going to come back. He's going to come back somehow. I don't know how yet, but he's going to. I was assuming to be the Red Woman that brought him back, but since they're taking so long, he might freaking come back as a White Walker for all we know and fight for the White Walker Lord of the Dead. Ugh. Anyways. Yeah, so we got Jon Snow. We're going to see some more of Arya fighting. I don't really care about that storyline, to be honest. I think next episode we're going to finally see some Brandon Stark. I don't really care about his storyline that much. I assume it's insanely important for the overall story, but we're going to get into some more. We're going to see Khaleesi get to this temple area. We're going to see what happens there. We're going to see a little bit of Brienne and Sansa, I assume, see what's going on there. They're going to move on. They're going to try to go to Castle Black, I think. And when they get there, not next episode, but when they eventually get there, they're going to be unpleasantly surprised. Unless Jon Snow is brought back and he retakes Castle Black, which I assume he would do with the Wildlings. Maybe Wildlings will go Castle Black. I think we're finally going to see this tension between the church and the... Oh, that's the storyline I forgot. Marjorie, she wants to see her brother, and they keep saying no. When you confess, you can see him, and that's pretty much all that happened. We're going to see this tension between Cersei and the church kind of resolve, and I think there's going to be a full-out war here. Jaime's going to go there. I saw in the preview, Jaime's going to go there and he's going to confront the High Sparrow. Blood might be shed right there. And if the violence doesn't break out right there, Tommen is going to want to get in there and get Marjorie out of there. So he's going to send his guards, or Cersei's going to do it for him. And there's going to be some battles going on. Not to even mention that the whole Doran and Lannister, the Martell and Lannister thing going on right now. There's going to be a confrontation there. I don't know if it's going to be later in the season, but I think that's going to get really heated up, and that's going to turn into some intense thing. I think some of Oberyn's daughters are going to be sent to assassinate some people. I don't know if they're going to get there. I don't know if they're going to kill anybody, but I think it's going to get really intense right there. Bronn might have to... We didn't see Bronn this episode, which just said. I like Bronn. Bronn might have to kill one of those daughters. I think that would be cool. Bronn kills that one that that poisoned him. Bold prediction right there if that happens. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got. That's pretty much it. That's all I got. Jon Snow in the end, I think he's gonna lead the battle against the White Walkers, but that's far away. I think we're gonna see some White Walkers, if not next week. The week after, when we see Brandon Stark, we're gonna see some White Walkers in his visions or whatever happens, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna see a little bit of Tyrion dealing with the Sons of the Harpy. There's gonna be some stuff going on there. Obviously, we can't know for sure what's gonna go on, but something's gonna happen. That's all I got. Any predictions or anything I missed or anything else in the episode that you want to let me know or let anyone else know that's watching this, leave it down below. I probably did forget something. A lot of stuff jammed in this episode. Good stuff. A lot of action. Not a ton of action actually. Just a lot of content. Let's say that. That's all I have for you. Make sure to subscribe. Be updated on future Game of Thrones reviews every Sunday after the episode. Maybe Monday the next day. Maybe. During the week, maybe have some. Wednesdays will be Supernatural. Walking Dead on Sundays, probably. Maybe. I might catch up to that. And then some just Star Wars, other things throughout the week. Game of Thrones, anything. So I have. Like this video if you did. Share it if you liked it. Share it amongst yourselves. That's all I have. See ya.